Hello and welcome to today's workout. Today we are doing a postpartum and beginner-friendly core workout where we're going to be activating the transverse abdominals, the glutes, and also the multifidus, which are the muscles that run along either side of your spine and they connect one vertebra to another. So really important to learn how to activate those. So for props today, all you really need is a yoga mat. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so you're going to start down on the mat, and if you are postpartum, it's really important to roll down onto your back from a sideways position instead of just rolling back like this, because we don't want to put too much pressure onto our six-pack abs. So you're going to go down on your side, and from your side, you're going to roll onto your back. All right, so the first thing that I want you to do is lie down and feel for a neutral spine. So what that means is that you're not overly arching the spine or tucking. So you should be able to slide one hand beneath your lower back and it should just fit in there pretty comfortably. So just adjust your pelvis, rock it slightly until you get to that nice neutral spine. Make sure that your neck is nice and long and that your sternum is lifted. All right, legs are hip width apart, bend in the knees, arms are down by your side. And then you can take your hands and you can just place them on your lower abdomen. You can even sort of press your fingertips into your sort of abdomen navel area just to feel what's going on in there. The first exercise is known as heavy hips. So what we're going to do is you're going to inhale, and as you exhale, feel your hips sinking down into the earth as if someone is taking their hands on your hip bones and pushing you down into the ground. Inhale, relax, and exhale, heavy hips. So underneath your fingertips, what you should feel is the abdominal muscles engage as you do this. So it's really simple, but it helps you activate those deep, deep abdominal muscles known as the transverse abdominals or TVAs. Inhale, exhale, heavy hips. So this is really, really great for postpartum women who are trying to re-engage the abs that have become a bit stretched out. Keep going at your own pace. Inhale, exhale, heavy hips. But also who don't want to do things like crunches and sit-ups and planks because that puts a little bit too much pressure on the abdominals and the pelvic floor at this delicate stage of your postpartum recovery. Also, if you're a beginner and you're new to core work, then this is really a great one to do. You can even do it lying in bed or relaxing, watching television, and know that you're doing something to engage your core muscles and build strength. So really feel how those abdominals engage beneath your fingers as you think about sinking your entire pelvis heavy down deep into the earth. Inhale, relax, and exhale. At the same time, it's not a crazy big movement. You shouldn't be sweating, you shouldn't feel any pain, not even too much exertion. It's really an easy movement. It's just about activating those deep abdominal muscles. So make sure that you're not tucking the pelvis as you're doing this. The spine stays completely neutral and you're literally just using the abdominal muscles to kind of push the pelvis down onto the mat without changing the shape of the spine. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale, heavy hips. Good. All right, we're going to take it up a notch. So you're just going to hug your legs or your knees into your chest. If you are newly postpartum and you still have a little bit of a belly, you can separate the knees and aim them almost towards the armpits, and then you can just kind of have one hand around each knee. Otherwise, you can bring the knees together and you're just going to try and grab opposite elbows ideally. If you can't reach elbows, go for your forearms, your wrists, hands, fingertips, wherever you can get, but you really want to kind of squeeze those knees down deep into the chest. All right, and we're going to be doing a similar sort of thing. As we exhale, we're going to resist our knees up towards the ceiling or into our arms, but at the same time, our arms are pushing them back down. So it's a bit of dual resistance, and that's going to really engage the deep abdominals. And you should also feel your lower back lengthening along the mat. So deep inhale to prepare. And exhale, resist. Use about 20 to 30% effort here. Kick the knees up towards the ceiling. Inhale, release. Exhale, resist. Think about using those abdominal muscles to initiate the movement. Inhale, release. Exhale, resist. Really important to keep breathing throughout this exercise because your diaphragm is one of your 4 primary core muscles. Inhale and exhale. So you really want your diaphragm to be working together with the other muscles in sync, all coordinated, working simultaneously. Inhale. Exhale, resist. And last one, inhale. Exhale, resist. And then gently release, but don't put your feet back down. Taking it up a level once again. You're now going to come into sort of an air squat. So I like to imagine that I've got this Tetris shape to my body. So 90 degrees from torso to thigh, and again from thigh to shin. All right, so you're not like overly stretching the legs up to the ceiling. You've got just a nice parallel shape. If you want, you could put a pillow or even a yoga block between your legs, if that helps you keep a nice hip width distance between left and right leg, but it's not entirely necessary. And then again, we don't want the knees coming in too close to the body. So just a nice 90-degree shape. And I like to flex my feet to really engage my legs. From there, hands push against the thighs, and we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to push our thighs away from us, and at the same time resist that movement by bringing the knees back towards the face. And again, that's going to activate the transverse abdominals. You can also think about squeezing your pelvic floor as you exhale. All right, so feet flexed, everything hip width apart, clean lines and angles, neutral spine, a long neck. Inhale and exhale, resist. 20% effort. Inhale, release. Exhale, resist. So this one just takes it up just a little bit more in terms of effort. Inhale and exhale, counter resistance. Good, inhale, keep going. Exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale and exhale. We've got about 4 more to go. Inhale and exhale. Remember, the legs don't move, they don't change shape. Everything is moving from the abdominals. Inhale. Exhale. 20% effort. Don't kill yourself here. Inhale and exhale. And let's make this our last one. Inhale and exhale. Good. If you need to, you can take a moment to hug the knees in, shake them out, and then just place them down on the mat, hip width apart. All right. So we're going to be activating the glutes now. The glutes are really one of the strongest muscles in your entire body, and they support your whole pelvis, your spine. So it's really important to kind of re-engage them, especially after pregnancy. So we're just going to be going into a bridge. Inhale. And as you exhale, begin to curl the pelvis up 1 vertebra at a time towards the ceiling, pushing the palms of the hands into the mat until your hips are all the way up, and ideally there's a straight line from your shoulder to your knee. And we're just going to hold it there. Don't let the knees open out too wide. Keep them hip width apart. And really feel those glutes working. Okay, so we want to work that booty. Keep pushing the hips up. Hands press into the mat, and just feel how hard the glutes and even the thighs and the hamstrings have to work in this position. So this is known as bridge. And from here, we're going to be doing lowering and lifting of the hips in rapid succession. So we're not going to be curling through our spine to go up and down. It's just going to be a straight lower and lift. So we're going to go for 10 of those. All right, so inhale to prepare. Drop down and exhale, push it up. Thrust the hips. Inhale down, exhale up. Even squeeze the pelvic floor on the exhale. Inhale exhale. Inhale, this is 4. Inhale down, exhale up, 5. Inhale, and 6. Squeeze those glutes, down, and 7. Down, and 8. Down, 9. Last one. Hold it for a second, and let's do 10 pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come down, shake it out. Good. Hopefully you felt something in the glutes and the hamstrings and the quads, and you should be feeling nice blood flow throughout the lower body. All right. Okay, so now we're going to do a similar sort of sequence of things, but with one leg at a time. So you're going to lift up. I'm lifting up my right leg. Now you can keep a bend in the knee. If you want to work a bit of hamstring flexibility, you can straighten that leg, but keep the foot flexed. All right, so it's really up to you. And then from there, we're going to be going into heavy hips once again. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to keep my leg bent. All right, so again, bring your hands to your lower abdomen, and we're going to be doing heavy hips. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, heavy hips. And you should almost feel those abs engage more, because now your body is also trying to keep you stable and symmetrical. Inhale, release. Exhale, heavy hips. So again, spine is neutral. You're not tucking or arching. Nothing actually moves. You're literally just sinking the pelvis deeper into the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Heavy hips. Keep that neck nice and long, sternum lifted. Inhale, release. Exhale, heavy hips. Remember, you're only using about 20% effort here. Very, very small, subtle movement. We're going for deep activation. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Really, really good. All right, so from here, you can either keep your leg in this shape, or you can extend the foot up to the ceiling. It's like I'm trying to stand on the ceiling. And now we're going to do those hip lifts. So I'm going to bring my hands into the mat for extra support. Let's just do one to feel our balance. So inhale and exhale. Lift the hips up to the ceiling and feel how much harder that is on the supporting leg's hamstring. So again, I'm not moving this leg forward or back. It's going straight up to the ceiling. And just feel that glute. Get your balance. Push the hands into the mat, and inhale, lower down. So let's go for 10 of those. If your leg is bent, it's absolutely fine, but keep the foot flexed. Inhale and exhale, thrust. That's 1. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze pelvic floor. 2. Inhale down. Exhale up. 3. Inhale down. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. And 7. Almost there. And down. And 8. And down. Just 2 more. 9. And last one, we're going to hold it there. 10. And 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Really, really good. Shake those legs out. So it's way harder on one leg. I mean, I'm really feeling it in my hamstrings. Okay, so now I'm going to lift my left leg up. We're going to keep it bent for now. And let's go back to those heavy hips on the other side. So bringing my fingertips, really pushing into my lower abdominals, neutral spine, neck is lengthened, sternum is lifted. Nothing else changes or moves. Inhale. Exhale, heavy hips. Feel those abs engage. Inhale. Exhale, heavy hips. So it's really, really great to feel what's happening in the abdominals. Exhale. Keep going. I always find it quite exciting when such a small, simple, subtle movement produces a muscle activation. It just shows you that there's so much you can do in your everyday life that doesn't require too much time or effort, and you can still work your muscles. Inhale. Exhale, heavy hips. Like someone's pushing down on your hip bones, pushing you into the ground. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Good. Okay, so you're either keeping your leg in a bend shape with the foot flexed, or you're straightening it up to the ceiling if you want to work the hamstring flexibility a little more. All right, hands into the mat. Inhale. Exhale, lift up and just get your balance. Feel how that feels. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstrings, push the hands into the mat. Good. Make that leg perfectly straight if it is straight. And come down. Okay, we're going for 10 of them. Remember to squeeze the pelvic floor on every exhale. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, thrust and squeeze. And down. This is 2. And relax. 3. Squeeze that glute. Down. 4. And down. 5. And down. 6. And down. Looking good. 7. And down. 8. Down. Almost there. 9. And last one. Squeeze and hold. 10 pulses. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Good. Shake it out. Hug the knees. Do whatever you need to. All right, really good. Okay, so for the next one, you're going to have your arms out to the side. They might even need to be out to the side like airplane wings to balance you. Legs are coming up into this 90-90 position. So again, you want to just make sure you've got a neutral spine, 90 degrees between your body and your thighs, between your thighs and your shins. And from there, we're going to gently lower the knees to the right side of the floor. On every exhale, you're lowering and you're squeezing your pelvic floor. Engage those transverse abdominals. Inhale to prepare. And exhale, slowly lower the knees down to the right. Try and squeeze them together. See if you can touch all the way down. And exhale, bring them up. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower to the left now. Inhale and exhale, bring them up. Nice and slow. And exhale, lowering down. So I'm exhaling on all the effort. So on the way down, I pause and inhale. And then I exhale on the way up, because it also requires effort. So we're doing this smoothly, slowly, and with control. It's also a bit of a spinal twist. Now, ideally, you don't want your opposite shoulder to leave the floor. So you're also trying to work that shoulder down. If it's really coming up, then don't lower your knees as low. Go to sort of 45 degrees, halfway between the top and the bottom. And then exhale, bring it up. So just rather keeping really good form in these early stages of core restoration and getting stronger correctly rather than just trying to go as deep as possible when you don't have the strength to maintain that position. Really good. Left side. Exhale. Let's go for one more on each side. Exhale down. Exhale up. Good. And exhale. And up. Really, really good. Hug the knees. And now instead of doing a crunch to come up, especially if you're newly postpartum, I want you to roll onto your side and roll onto your stomach. All right, so from here we're going to start working on the multifidus muscles in the spine. So this is a really, really tiny movement and you're not going to feel much at all, but I promise it works. Okay, so from here you're going to have your legs more or less straight, but you've got your toes tucked and your feet flexed and you're squeezing your heels together. Now you can rest your head on your forehead. And all I want you to do is you're just going to pop your bum up. You're going to lift the hips just slightly off the floor. So if you want to feel with your hands onto your lower back, those muscles that run along either side of your spine, When you just lift the hip slightly, it engages those muscles. So it's a very, very small movement. We're not kind of coming into a full arch. Very, very small. It's as if it's the start of the arch, but then you come back down. All right, so relaxing the head down, inhale and exhale, lift and lower. And you can just go at your own pace. It's a really small movement, so you don't need to do these too slowly. It's not particularly tiring. It's just about switching on those muscles. Now, while I'm lying here, I like to think about pulling my shoulders down away from my ears and lengthening my neck, just to engage that whole back body. Good. So we're going to do about 10 more in your own time. And it's a very, very small movement. I mean, I'm hoping you can even see it on the camera at this distance. But you do feel it. You definitely do feel something. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to hold that lifted position and we're going to squeeze our heels together. So they're already touching. We're just going to intensify that by squeezing them. So we're going to squeeze on every exhale and then we'll do them a little bit faster. All right, so getting your hips into that lifted position. Feel for your heels together. So your toes are open, your heels are touching, and the legs have a slight bend in them. Inhale and exhale, squeeze the heels together, using about 30% effort. Inhale, release, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release, exhale, squeeze. Start to add in a pelvic floor squeeze on every exhale. Inhale, release, exhale, squeeze your pelvic floor. Inhale, release, and exhale. Inhale, release, exhale. Inhale and exhale. And last one, and hold it there, hold it. And let's do 10 quick pulses. So you're squeezing the heels together in rapid succession. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. So hopefully that didn't feel too bad, but hopefully you felt something. Okay, so the final exercise for today is a little bit about improving rotation in the upper back, but it also works the multifidus at the same time. Okay, so what I want you to do is you're going to have your hands kind of in a sphinx position. So your elbows are more or less beneath your shoulders and your hands are parallel in front of you. And I just want you to kind of look back at your left foot or your right foot and just sort of see how comfortable that feels, and find a point on your mat, on the floor, on your foot where you can sort of clock it and go, okay, that's where I can see. And then again, do the same to the right. And just kind of find a mark on the floor. All right, so from this position, instead of just sort of hanging out over here, I really want you to push the floor away from you. And you're going to bend your left leg up and flex the foot. And then what I want you to do is lift the knee slightly off the floor and then just turn to look at your back foot. Now you're going to lift that foot 10 times to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly release. Keep the rotation in the spine. Bend the opposite foot or knee. Flex the foot. And now we're going to lift that leg up to the ceiling. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come down. Come back to the center. Relax for a moment. Roll down. Maybe shake it out. And then come back into your sphinx position. So again, don't collapse into the shoulders. Push the floor away from you. And you almost want to feel like you're dragging your elbows towards your feet. Okay, rotating to the other side. So I'm looking over my right shoulder. I'm going to bend my right leg and flex the right foot. And now I'm going to lift that foot up to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release it down. Bend the other leg, flex the foot, and let's lift it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come down. Slowly roll down. Roll it out. Shake it out. And I want you to, again, just come into that Sphinx position and just rotate over and see now if you can rotate more and if you can see more of your foot or further back compared to the mark that you originally clocked. And come back and then go to the other side and see if it's made a difference. Good. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to come up a little bit higher. So I like to walk my hands in, and you can decide if you want to be kind of in a baby cobra or if you want to bring your hands closer to your body and come all the way up. If you come all the way up, make sure that you don't collapse into the shoulders and you really push them down. So it's entirely up to you. If this is too intense, rather bring the hands a little bit more forwards. But all the time, we're pushing the floor away from us. Okay, so we're rotating over to, for me, over to my left shoulder. I'm lifting the left leg, bending the foot, and let's lift it up. 1, 2, and it hardly moves. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. So very, very little movement there, but that's okay. Bending the other leg, flexing the foot, and 10 lifts to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come down. Good. Take a moment, roll it out, and last time for today, going back up to the same point that you were, squeeze the elbows in, push the shoulders down, look over to the right, bend the right foot, flex, and lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Keep the rotation, bend the other leg, flex the foot, and let's lift it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Roll down, shake it out. And just to check, let's go back to our original Sphinx and just rotate over and see if that's made a difference into how comfortable it feels to rotate your upper back. And try the other side. Good. And then lengthen all the way down. And then you're just going to come onto your side. And then using your hands, just push yourself up into a seated position. All right, so there you have it. That was your beginner-friendly, postpartum-friendly core workout. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.